All right, I'm gonna call this meeting to order for the Select Board on December 9th, 2025 at 5:58 p.m. Please rise if you are able for the Pledge of Allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Approval of the minutes for November 25th, 2025. You guys have a chance to look those over.
Yes.
Any
I'm gonna
issues?
abstain from that one, I was not actually in the meeting
That's right.
last time.
All right. So, that sounds like a good idea. Alrighty, I make a motion that we accept the minutes as written.
And I will second that.
Alright, all in favor?
Yep.
Alright, motion carries. Joe?
Thanks, sir.
Alright, which brings us to warrant number 12. Expenses, $117,318.11. Checks written in series 16213 to 16226. Receipts, $312,321.29. Receipts in series 1151 to 1267. Percentage of 2023 real estate taxes collected year to date is 98.1%. Percentage of 2024 real estate taxes collected year to date, 96.9%. Percentage of the 2025 real estate taxes collected year to date, 67.6%. Which brings us to open session. Anybody have anything? Nothing heard? Alright. RSU withdrawal update. We are on step 8. Step 8 is as written. The withdrawal committee shall negotiate a withdrawal agreement in compliance with Title 20A MRS subsection 14664.A subsections 1 through 13 with the regional school unit board and shall submit the proposed agreement to the commissioner within 90 days after the committee is formed. The commissioner may grant extensions of time upon request of the withdrawal committee. Videos of the meetings and meeting minutes are available via the link on each of the town's websites. All right, thank you, withdrawal committee. RSU 10 report, Mrs. Chapman.
Okay, well, as of last week at a community leaders meeting down here at Buckfield High School, Hartford Sumner had been reported to be pest-free since Thanksgiving break. It appears, however, that was short-lived, as this afternoon I received a letter from a concerned family, Hartford Sumner Elementary family, informing the board that more cockroaches had been sighted in these past 2 days. I responded to that email and forwarded on that complaint to the superintendent, and in that amount of time, the superintendent gave a response to that person. So I thought I would just read the response from the superintendent so that everybody could understand really where we're at with things. So this is Superintendent Alden's response, like a shortened version to this particular person. So to help summarize for anybody listening for the first time, Superintendent Alden has said that we have a contract with Modern Pest and they have been involved from the beginning treating our school. We have determined the source, which is not our school. The school nurse checks the sources every day. We have had a state inspector come to inspect our kitchen and cafeteria areas and advise us of anything else we can do for prevention. They gave us a clean bill of health. I contacted the Maine Department of Education public health nurse, again this is Superintendent Alden, to learn about options. the do's and don'ts. In addition, I wrote a formal letter of complaint to the town's health officer, and this is the town of Hartford. I was told that they made a visit and they allowed Modern Pest to provide an initial treatment to the source. We, as a school district, do not have to pay for treatments done in the community. This would be for the town to work out with the source. We are taking the precautions as advised in order to decrease the chances that any cockroaches brought into our building multiply. And Deb Alden says, I agree, this is an untenable situation and so very frustrating for all. So there was one cockroach found yesterday and a couple were found today. And Superintendent Alden has been told by the town of Hartford that Modern Pest is working with this source. So with that said, they aren't gonna be gone overnight from the home that this is coming from. So just thought that it was important for everybody to hear, right, from the superintendent's mouth, what the latest is on that. Do you have any questions on that before I move to the next
So,
piece?
so if there's a source, is it fall on that source to pay for treatment, or is the town of Hartford paying?
They're gonna have to work that out between themselves.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you knew.
No, I don't know.
So just be thankful that Sumner's not the source.
So, right, yes, okay. Let's see, last night, the school board approved up to $25,000 for the emergency replacement of the septic system at Hartford Sumner. As I had reported out last time, there was a replacement that was scheduled for the week after Thanksgiving. But we had that big snowstorm, and I think that kind of slowed things down. But once digging began, there was an older tank found underneath the problematic tank that they thought they were gonna be replacing. So instead of pulling out one tank, they are going to have to pull out 2 tanks. And not that I pretend to understand this, but apparently there was a cylinder underneath the rectangle. So, both of those are gonna need to come out, and it's going to cost more money. Initially, I believe we had, approved the meeting before $20,000 for the repair of that, and the estimates that had been given, for that were well below that. If anybody's interested, they should really go and watch the video from last night's school board meeting, and they'll hear from the building and grounds director, Devin Roberts himself, and he explains it a little bit more thoroughly. Did our Calvin, our
He did, he
CEO,
got in touch with,
he was
Devin.
in touch with Devin, and
Yeah, the only thing he wasn't sure is whether the town is supposed to charge for the septic, cause usually there's a state fee and a local fee and DEP, which usually comes to $265.
Mhm.
I don't know if there's a variance in there as well, that would be another 20.
for the
But we
application
weren't,
process.
yeah, we weren't sure.
Yeah,
I mean, the way I see it is it's our tax dollars either way, so we might as well, it's our school, we might as well waive the
Okay,
fee for,
that's what he was concerned about.
that's just my opinion.
How do the other two feel?
What, 280 at the most,
Yeah.
$280?
Yeah, and they're gonna have to pay, I assume, to have a plan of some kind,
that would be helpful to ask.
because we still need, the application and the plan, just so we can.
Someone,
have it on
if
file.
someone gave a price on it, they had to have priced it with a design, so they would have had to have, there has to be a design made somewhere.
If they need to pay the state, or do we have to pay the state?
I mean, normally we collect all of it, we
Yeah,
collect
and then we-
$265,
and then we pass it on to the state.
25% goes to the state, 75% stays here, and $15 goes to DEP. So I don't know,
Do we just wanna pay that for RSU 10?
Well, if we don't charge them a fee, then we don't have to pay anything, cause we
Yeah,
collect
I don't know.
one.
I mean, it still needs to be filed with the
Yeah,
state,
so let's go
so
to the state.
that's.
Okay, alright. Very well then.
Yeah,
So-
Whatever the best way to,
I'm not sure.
Cross our Ts and dot our Is.
Has Calvin communicated to Devin that there is an application process that
Yes.
needs to go through, so then maybe
Yes.
that, so Devin would need to then come in and do that.
Right, I mean, he can find the application online as
Or
well,
online, okay,
but we do need, just so we have record, I mean, when this whole situation started, they came in and wanted records and we didn't have anything, so I had to find it on the state, and what I found on the state just said see attached, and there was nothing attached. So
okay.
I just think it would be better for, 25 years down the road when they need that information again, cause they need to update the septic or whatever.
There
or
won't
something.
be a cylinder under a rectangle, you mean?
Yeah.
Or at least we'll know that there's a cylinder under a rectangle. We won't have to dig for it.
So we just go with all applicable fees and then we'll. if we
I
have to
mean, I
waive
can
something
figure
or-
out-
Yeah, if we have to waive something or we decide to eat some of it after, I mean, it's $300, not gonna change.
The state would get
Anything.
$67.50 and the DEP would get 15, so it'd still be under 100.
I'm fine with not charging the school for that. Just to me, if that's easier. How do you guys feel about that?
Yeah, it does, yeah, I mean, it's,
It's $100, yeah.
Okay,
You agree, Joel?
Yes.
alright, then I'll move on to the next part of my report, and that is that the process for the superintendent search has begun, and the board last night voted to approve of Maine Schools Superintendents Association to really direct the board in that process. We do, we have an assistant superintendent who has been in a position in our school district, so I would assume he might be an applicant, so we really need to keep that paperwork outside of our central office. So for the integrity of the hiring process, MSSA has been hired. Okay, next month, the Mountain Valley Region elementary and middle school students will begin moving into the new community school. Next order of business, the school resource officer position has been posted, and there's one applicant thus far, but the posting will be held open for a bit of time, and once those applicants move through the Oxford County Sheriff's Office screening process, if there are interviews to take place, the interviews will be a combined effort with RSU 10 and Oxford County Sheriff. So Oxford County Sheriff wouldn't just hire somebody without the input of RSU 10, certain board members. There will be an interview committee that gets formed. So wait and see what happens there. Last night we did get a report on the scores for math, reading, and science, as well as absenteeism. It looks like kids don't feel like going to school, so that's up. However, an encouraging note is that the math and reading scores are up all across the district, so that's super encouraging. The numbers weren't so promising last time we were looking at them. Science seems to be down across the district, and as well at Hartford Sumner Elementary, the disciplinary referrals have increased, where in the rest of the district, for the most part, those disciplinary referrals have come down. So I don't know if something is different at Hartford Sumner than what had been, but they had been on a pretty steady incline since 23. But yes, math and reading, it's really exciting to see those scores improving. And last, the next school board meeting will be January 12th up at Mountain Valley at 6:30, and prior to that we'll have committee meetings. That's next Wednesday of the 17th at 4, 5, and 6 o'clock at central office for finance committee, policy committee, and building, grounds, and transportation committee. Again, the public is able to attend those, So if anybody's interested, go on the district website and get the address. That's it.
Okay, thank you. All right, planning board report, Mr. Bartolo is not present, however, he left us a message. Please find the planning board's update for tonight's select board meeting below. If you have any questions, let me know. And he has no building notifications submitted for review. Planning board members are reviewing the shoreland zone change recommendations from Miss Erica Buffkins of AvCog, and raised open questions back to her for more information.
They were hoping to have the maps before they started working on the shoreline zone, because they wanted the maps to reference the updated maps, so she hasn't gotten them yet. I think Nick sent her an email, Marcia was supposed to as well, so I don't know. She said they were having issues and she's on it, but they don't have them yet.
Okay. All right, open questions on E911 and building notification ordinances have been sent to the select board for feedback.
I think I saw an email.
Yes, I have it, and we can discuss that now. Okay, on the E911 ordinance, who would you recommend pays for a required road sign? Would it be the town? Would it be a person that pulls the building permit, which would add multiple dwellings on a private road? What about private roads where there are already multiple dwellings? How does the select board envision handling retroactive changes to things like numbering, road names, etc.? How quickly would we want those changes to become effective? So who would you recommend pay for the required road signs? Do they have any recommendations for any of these questions? This doesn't seem like something that I think that we are prepared to hammer out answers for this today.
Right.
So,
And part of the problem with the 911 is, how many do we have that were an actual issue? Like 6?
Yeah.
It's just getting people to change their address. Like, that's a huge pain in the neck for somebody, you know? I get it, if you need 911 at your house and you can't find your house, might be a real pain in the neck.
Right?
it's pretty straightforward for places. You have a road and you have one house on that road. You have one dwelling on that road.
Yeah, but we do have a few issues in town where like the number's on the wrong side of the road or something, right? Like
Yeah,
the
I
odds
think we
on.
fixed, I think all but one of those, that the numbers were on the wrong side of the road.
Gotcha.
There were a couple that were like enough of a difference that we made people change them. I think there was 2 of those, and then there's quite a few that are like close enough that we just let them keep what they had.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's not ideal to have to change your address, but I feel like it's small pain to have to endure to ensure that if you ever need help, that help can find you. You know, it's on the state roads, on the town roads, it's probably pretty likely to be found, but not all of our houses on town roads or even state roads have addresses on them.
Well, I mean, anything that comes into the town, Diane is plotting on the state GIS system.
Anything that's new.
Right.
Yes.
But yeah,
But
the problem
But-
is that we have several private roads that really should be private roads that are just people's driveways, that's where the issue's coming up. And that those are the ones that are gonna need to be changed and renamed. But
So the
without
road will
ordinance,
have to be
we haven't-
renamed?
Right. Well, the road will have to be named, like they don't have names now, there's driveways that multiple people are using.
Right, there's just
Okay.
multiple
And so we
dwellings off of
haven't
a
done any
driveway.
of that because we don't have an ordinance yet.
Yeah.
So it's essentially people that built multiple dwellings before they had to worry about a subdivision approval and had just multiple. Did your mom fall into that one?
Well, everybody in that neighborhood get together and decide what you want your road called.
She's already got it picked out.
Perfect. So that's
Of course
one.
she does.
That there are multiple.
There's more in town
Right.
than just theirs.
Yeah.
Just first one that came to mind.
Yeah. I mean, what's the easiest answer is, how long would we give people? Well, once it goes to the town, and if the town adopts this, then, 6 months. For implementation, get people.
Okay.
I think initially, the people on those roads that need names, once they decide their name, I feel like, and I don't wanna step on the planning, I kinda almost feel like this is partially the planning board's, dig, but I feel that, folks tell the town what they want their name is, code enforcement officer gets that information, says your sign's gonna cost X amount. They cut the town a check, he goes out gets their sign, goes out and he installs it. I feel like that's the best method to make sure that people get what they want and the town gets the labeling that it wants. And if you make us responsible, we know what color it's gonna be, we know to keep it standardized. So does that answer, what do you guys feel about that?
So it would be Calvin and not Sean?
Well, Sean, because they're private roads, it wouldn't be Sean.
That makes sense.
Right.
Like that's, unless, too bad Sean's not here, we'd ask him, but that's something that can get fleshed out by the planning board and Calvin and, Mr. Corson, if,
Right. So, just because I like to play devil's advocate,
Yeah, so-
somebody doesn't really want their road named something else or named at all, and so you say, okay, here's your bill, and they don't pay it, we don't put a sign up?
So if someone says they don't want their road named,
We name it not a road 1.
yeah.
Yeah, but
and
Not a
then-
road
We're,
2.
are,
not a
we're,
road
sa-
3.
we're saying that they have to pay for the road sign, right? So like,
It's
they
a
don't-
private road.
right, so if they don't want it, like, they're just not gonna pay for it.
Right.
We just don't put a sign up, or do we
Right.
put one up anyway?
Are they hoping to have 911 deliver emergency vehicles to their place? I would think that it would be in their best interest to have a
It
name.
certainly would, that's,
Like,
You
isn't that
would
what we're
think
coming
people would
down
do a
to?
lot of things that are in their
Yeah.
best interest, but they don't.
And you know what? If not, it's on them.
Okay.
Right.
So what if there are multiple homes on a private road and there's no sign now, who pays?
They collectively
Yeah.
will have to figure it out, I guess.
if you got 10 people on an unnamed road and it
It's
costs
gonna $10.
$10, each person puts in $1, and next thing you know, you got a sign.
That's great if the neighbors get along.
That's great.
Naming roads, no problem.
David Road, Front Street,
Rosenberg.
yeah.
They moved out there for a reason.
Yeah, that's a good question to ask, our CEO, being that he's probably experienced this in other towns, if he has any input. Could reach out to him and see
Yeah.
what other towns do to compel compliance from people, so that we can get to them if they need help, or someone who can get to them if they need help. The rest of this, do we wanna take some time and get back?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
Okay.
respond in an email.
Yeah. Okay, I wasn't sure if this is something that we needed to.
What are the other questions?
Who would you recommend pay for the road signs? Who would be the town or the person that pulls the building permit, which adds multiple dwellings to a private road? What about private roads where there are already multiple dwellings? How does the select board envision handling retroactive changes to things like numbering road names, etc.? How quickly would we want those types of changes to become effective?
The only thing with road names, they just can't be like similar to another road.
But
either
that's
in this
where,
town.
like, I'm thinking a central figure like the CEO, he would, this absurd road name's already been
We
taken.
can't have 3 Freno ways.
Yeah. That not being an absurd road sign.
3 of them would be.
Yeah, but
Yes,
3
three
might
would
be
okay.
high risk. Alright,
If I could just request that you respond before next Tuesday, cause that's when
Okay.
Probably wanting an answer before
It's
then.
Tuesday.
Got a week. Try to send you a reminder.
Well, a couple of my responses might be, what are your recommendations?
They're asking you.
All right. Fire department report.
Yep, so things are going good. We have our new engine 2's out there in the bay. We did have an incident during delivery of Santa. Actually part of the exhaust did fall off. So that's
How embarrassing.
Santa ate too many cookies.
it did.
Good.
So, anyway, working on repairing that right now. Basically, a lot of the old part can come off. We're going to, been down to the big rig shop in, was it Norway or whatever it is down there, past the airport. They're gonna get us a new muffler hanger and a section of pipe for that.
How long are we gonna be down for?
It's able to run right now.
Okay, so we don't have a loss of effectiveness or anything?
No.
Okay.
No. It's able to run right now. So we were out for a day, basically, before we could get back down here. We weren't able to repair it that night. We came down the next day and rigged it up, so then we can run with it.
It's pre-emissions, so we don't have any of that crap, right?
Yeah, you're all set with that. Let's see, we, 12 firefighters, one firefighter gave notice, handed his gear. He hasn't been living in town for a couple months now, Chris Tripp, as you know. He's living in South Paris now. He was on the fence whether or not he'd be able to maintain, membership. But he just doesn't think he has time. He is working down here, obviously the corner store, as you guys know, but he just doesn't know. So, between him and another firefighter, who we've removed from our roster for various reasons, we're down to 12 active firefighters.
12 active?
Yeah, Wally Litchfield is maybe not as active at this time, but Wally is kind of a staple. So, what else? Obviously, we had a fire last week. Unfortunate event. It was in somewhere where we couldn't reach. There was no way to really suppress the fire. Fortunately, everyone knows the details of that. What else? I think that's about it. We had 3 firefighters finish their fire 1 and 2. I believe 1 or maybe 2 of them went for their Pro Board certification, which is a national registry. So now they can go apply in other states if they wanted to. Yeah, so otherwise we're doing all right.
Okay. The reason why was the guy who recently passed, was his driveway not plowed where you couldn't reach up to him?
It has a very section's a very steep, narrow road.
Okay.
It was not plowed. It was only plowed in maybe a quarter mile. But there was just, I mean, even on a nice, summer day, getting a fire truck up there would be very difficult.
Okay. Yeah.
As unfortunately the risk you take living there.
Remotely.
Yep.
Okay. I'm figuring that the state is going to do an investigation or has done an investigation. Has any of that been disclosed yet to you?
As far as I know, it's ongoing.
Okay. Will that be disclosed to you?
I do not know.
They have requested information from the town that we sent.
Okay. Do you know typically if that stuff is,
I don't think they just send us the
I
report.
mean,
Yeah,
I would think
if
they would
that's something
send
we
us
have
the
to ask
fire
for or
department.
something,
Yeah,
just
I
kind
would
of
assume.
like causative factors, just so, and the reason why I ask, I know that like it's not my gig, it's not our gig, but, if there's any, things that can be done to ordinances to,
Well, I know,
I think so.
there were, solar panels up there, right? Didn't they say that was part of?
There's solar panels with lithium batteries. And also they used, I guess, I don't know that he used propane for power generation, but there was significant amounts of propane, wood, solar, lithium batteries. What we're guessing was, we did hear what we thought was ammunition going off, but also what sounded like, kind of like those 1 pound propane bottles.
Mm-hmm.
They were throwing stuff when they would go.
Okay. So I mean, it is a good thing to see if we can, if all of that information is available, what else, triggered it or whatever. To have that information.
those lithium batteries.
The older lithium batteries were definitely could be volatile, older ones. Some of the newer ones, yes, they can still be volatile, but they're better, lithium iron phosphates. But, our newer chemistries are a little bit better. Though I know that structure has been there for quite a while with the solar types.
Okay.
Any progress on what to charge?
We do have some numbers. We're gonna have a meeting Thursday, so I'll
Would
see.
it- If I was there or no? At the meeting?
We can get you an email with the numbers. I think if I remember correctly, it's something like, I wanna say either $50 or $70 an hour per man hour, and then the trucks are about $300 an hour.
Okay. And is there, you'll talk about if there's a difference between which trucks go?
Historically, the numbers that I had that we've used, for example, we sent a bill over to West Paris for someone who was burning without a permit, burning a structure without a permit, and a garbage heap. We did send them a bill, and I believe it was just flat rate $300 per truck per hour.
So we are gonna send Hartford a heads up that starting January 1st.
Price sheet type thing.
Just, yeah, and to let them know that they will be getting bills.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, when we start, yes, we wanna help our neighbors, et cetera, but Sumner taxpayers shouldn't be footing the bill for other towns' taxpayers getting our guys, you know what I mean, so, getting our budget. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is,
How long until you guys gonna take Antwerp's sign off the truck?
We're working on that.
Okay.
We were down here fixing working on the muffler. We took measurements and stuff so we can try to.
Priorities, of course, yes. Alright, thank you. Roads report, Mr. Corson, not present.
Corson would like everyone to know that there is gonna be a roads committee meeting tomorrow at 6. Other than that, there's really nothing to update other than it's plowing and snow and sanding season. So he's not here tonight. He wasn't feeling well. Amy wasn't feeling well yesterday, so he's sitting tonight out.
Okay.
That's the report he sent me just before I got here.
Alright.
We did not receive anything from Mr. Holmes.
Okay, they see a report, nothing is sent or heard. Okay. Forms report, correspondence. That looks pretty significant. Okay. Open bids for the fire truck.
And we received one bid for the fire truck.
One bid.
One.
It's a lot. It's pretty heavy.
Gold bullion in there?
All right. AF Lucas Logging and Excavation, 184 Mountain Road, Hebron, Maine. For the 1993 FL8 fire truck, they are offering a bid of $3,005. Estimated pickup date would be the 13th of December, 2025. Take a look. Oh, did you, is that right?
This one's yours.
This is not.
Any comments on that at all from either of you guys before I make a motion?
Yeah, I mean, the truck's broken.
Right.
That was disclosed, by the way.
Yes. Yeah.
I motion we accept the bid and get it off our hands.
I second the motion. All in favor? So congratulations, AF Lucas Logging and Excavation. You have yourself a fire truck for $3,005. Come get it by the 13th.
If they show up before 13th, please let us know. We are storing some stuff in there at the moment.
It's after the 13th, it's $1,000 a day.
Correct.
There it is. Alright. Alright, clean up at 126 Main Street and plow bids.
So
Alright, I guess we'll do the,
clean up.
let's do clean up, okay. Is this all the bids?
Yep, there's one.
There's only two? Only one?
There's another envelope right here.
Oh, okay, okay.
I kept the plow bid.
Okay.
I still have that.
Alright, this one is for Western Maine Earth Movers, located at 738 Main Street, Sumner, Maine. Removal of debris from 126 Main Street. The fire training. Let's see. For estimated cost of labor and materials, $3,491. Estimated completion February 28th. 2026. Scope of work, haul excessive materials off and backfill foundation. Remove all debris from building that was used for fire training, fill in foundation. Alright, name Jeremy Johnson. Removal of debris from 126 Main Street fire training. Estimated cost of labor and materials, $150 an hour for truck, $150 for the excavator. Estimated completion date 12/31/2025. Scope of work, remove all debris from building that was used for fire training, fill in the foundation. Will haul metal to West Paris Metal. Okay. Do we have any idea how long we think that would take? How many?
No more than 2 days, I can't imagine. What would you think?
Yeah, probably 2 days.
So you think like 20 hours?
Probably, yeah. 20 hours or less, so like $3,000.
Yeah. So, yeah, 3,000. If it indeed takes 20 hours. Well.
I don't know, the only clarification I want there is, does this include the materials used to fill the hole?
Yeah, I feel like,
I think it's gonna come out pretty close,
yeah.
either way, honestly.
Who is this? Do we know? Western Maine Earth Movers?
It's up at Clifford Lowe's place.
I think that's, Weldon.
Oh.
I honestly feel like I should probably just, remove myself from the vote, just cause I do so much work with both those guys.
Looks like it's me and you.
Yeah, I mean, one says it'll get done by the end of the month, one says it'll get done by the end of
February.
February. This one has a price, the estimated cost, $33,491. This one says just $150 an hour. I mean, that could be up to interpretation, you could get it done in 15 hours, you could get it done in 20, but then it raises the question, you know, how many man hours do you think it would take, how many truck hours, however he estimates it, and then also, like you said, like the fill.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, if I wasn't in my position, I would have bid on cleaning that job up, and there's no way that it will take more than 2 days. I can't imagine. For anybody that knows how to run equipment, or even that doesn't really know how to run equipment, like, there's not that much there. So both those guys know how to run equipment, so they will both get it done quick.
okay, what's your priority, the time, or the fact that one's a Sumner resident, or at least they're based out of Western Maine? I'm assuming they're a Sumner resident.
I don't know, Walden's a Greenwood resident, isn't he?
Is he?
Is there a way to get a clarification on the questions that you have?
Well, I feel like the bid is due now, right? And so we'd show favoritism if we held out.
Right, the question is, do we think Jeremy can get it done in less than 20 hours? That's what it boils down to.
Then you say yes.
I would say that he definitely could get it done in less than 20 hours of billable time, so he's got $150 an hour for his truck and $150 an hour for his excavator. Or, I mean, like you say, it's $500, so.
One mentions the metal being removed. Does the other one mention the metal being removed?
Well, they'll both be removed, but Jeremy is offering to bring it to West Paris Metal, so it's not an expense to the town.
Well, does that go to if there's any money that accrues from that goes to the heirs, correct? So I mean that's kind of like doesn't really matter.
Right, it's an expense to the town.
Yeah, it's not like. Well, if you think Jeremy Johnson can do it cheaper, that's kind of the direction I think I'm pointing then. Just based off the fact that what you've said. I mean, the fact that he's saying he's going to haul it off. That to me, that's kind of
right.
Doesn't really
And
matter.
it does say fill in foundation, so obviously he's including the material to fill in.
Yeah.
So yeah, all right. If you're good, I'll make a motion to accept Jeremy Johnson's bid at $150 an hour to complete the project.
I second the motion. All in favor? All right, congratulations. Jeremy Johnson has the bid. All right, do you want these back in their respective envelopes, or does it not
Yes,
matter?
please, I don't care, they don't have fun here, so.
Okay.
Trade you,
All right.
so about it.
It's too bad that truck didn't pay that.
It's gonna fix the exhaust.
Yeah.
Get the letters
Yeah.
removed from the side of the truck.
All right, and this is for plow bids.
Correct.
Okay. Johnson Excavation. I think this is just saying what his
For the equipment is.
equipment, yeah. Is this the only bid we got? Well, that makes it easy. Alright, so. This is liability insurance.
the lettering on the truck painted on?
They're, decals.
They're decals?
Yeah, we're gonna get a heat gun and remove, we have, so at the moment, we have the wife of one of our firefighters has done, or has experience doing this type of stuff, like the lettering or whatever, stenciling. So she is gonna put together a quote just for the materials, and she's gonna donate her time.
That's cool. Sorry.
Yeah. We have to read the contract out?
No.
That's good.
Assume there should be a schedule on there. Cost per year.
Did you happen to snag
This year, we're paying $7,800 per mile. Does that make Russell?
Yeah.
That's the current price.
So. For the next 3 years, correct? Me if I'm
Well,
wrong.
that's so he's got it 3 plus an additional 2 opt-in.
Opt-in.
Or, like I said before, if we were to do all 5 at the same time, he would knock down the price.
So his proposal is that it's $8,000 per mile plus $200 per mile for the additional 2 years. That is an option in the contract, like we did last time.
Correct.
But then he's also offering how much to knock off if we just do
$50.
5?
$50 a mile off of the additional 200. So that additional 200 would be 150
Right. So
per year.
2026, 2027, we'd be looking at $8,000 a mile, which is $200 more than we are currently paying this year.
Correct.
In 27, 28, it would be 28,
81.
82.
Right.
Should have got diagnosed. $8,200 a mile, and in 28, 29 it would be $8,400 a mile. And then moving forward,
Unless we do the 4-year, in which
it
case,
would be,
Five.
it would be 5 years.
5
He would knock
5
$50 off of each year per mile.
each year.
Correct.
Each additional year per mile.
Right.
Not
So
not the starting.
not the
fee,
first
but-
3.
No, not the first one. He would
Gotcha,
knock
I got
off
you,
the
yeah,
other
yeah.
3.
I
So
got
the increase would be 150 instead.
Correct.
instead of 200 for the next 5 years. Well, no, because this is 8, so
Right.
4 years
4
moving
years.
forward, we'd only be looking at $150 a mile increase.
Which works out to be about $10,000 total.
Yeah. And this is for all the roads in Sumner, not just what he's currently contracted at?
Correct. So I think BIM would still be doing it, but the contract would all be under Jeremy.
I was thinking about the same thing, brother.
Went away.
It's gone.
Not mine.
Oh,
Yeah, I did.
Next.
You're up.
I guess my only thoughts, just trying to think as your average citizen of the town of Sumner, I think they would probably appreciate us just agreeing to the next 3 years, so they have an opportunity to weigh in over how things go for the next 3 years on, you know,
I see what you're saying.
yeah, I mean, I realize as elected, selectmen, that's our prerogative is extend a contract. Try to save $50, a mile in the following years, which, I mean, a couple years from now going up, or $200 a mile when you think of what we're currently paying, and we look at what inflation's doing currently, I mean, I mean, that's not even, that's not 3%. It's, I mean, I guess what I'm saying, I don't think that's unreasonable, considering what your dollar buys today versus what, at the rate things are going, what it's gonna buy
Right.
5 years from now.
So can I just get some clarification?
Mhm.
So currently Jeremy is only doing some of the roads in Sumner and Ben is doing other roads in Sumner.
Correct.
But this is for Jeremy doing all the roads in Sumner?
He has the responsibility, who he hires to help with all that, it's up to me, whether it's Ben and his crew or whoever.
But it'll be Jeremy's contract for all 57 or 8, whatever we got
I think it's
miles.
49.
Is it
they
40,
plow.
46 that we plow, 49?
Yeah.
So if
So,
there are.
right now, it's broken up into 2 separate contracts. BIM has a certain section of
Oh,
roads
okay.
that his contract covers, and Jeremy covers like 30-something miles of it, or whatever, and BIM
Okay.
does 20. So, even though BIM may still be the one plowing the roads afterwards, it will all fall on Jeremy's responsibility to make sure they're all clear.
Do we know that he's gonna hire somebody else?
No idea.
Or do
He
we-
did not list their equipment, but he listed his equipment.
So would that mean that folks, if we did, well, I guess we really don't have a chance of choice if he's the one that made a bid.
Right. Yeah, our options are Jeremy
Yeah.
at this point,
Yeah,
but
so we
it's
just have to
it's
decide if we want him for 3 or 5.
3 or 5. Right.
So I would just continue my comment and just saying that there was a noticeable difference in how some roads versus other roads in Sumner were treated, and that did get conveyed to me at the RSU level, so, hopefully that if this is all under Jeremy's responsibility, then any complaints would go directly to him, correct? And,
Correct. Well, they're probably gonna go to Sean first,
okay,
cause that's,
yes.
but they will get to Jeremy.
We'll probably go to Facebook first.
Well, yeah, you make a valid point. It'll go to Facebook and then it'll be, yeah, but yeah, so the chain of command will most likely be Sean will get a call and then so will Jeremy, but I don't see an issue with Jeremy staying on top of the roads personally. That's just what I've noticed.
I would just had a handful of people who've been in the community for, almost as long as I've been alive, or longer, say that, as far as what they've seen since they've lived in Sumner, on average, condition of the roads, the promptness that they've been taken care of and everything else, is it's the best they've seen since they've lived here, so. And obviously, in town, if you can get 50% of the people out here usually doing pretty good.
Right.
There's always gonna be people that are unhappy for whatever reason, but,
It's just the
it was
way of
just
life.
good, it was good to hear some positive things.
Right. Another thing that's in this contract, I should mention, is anything that he has to do additional with the loader, like pushing back snow bankings that is outside of the normal because we've gotten a ton of snow, is $120 an hour for his loaders.
And that's the same as this in his contract.
In his current contract, so just put that out there. Yeah. I mean, it'd be nice to. I mean, I understand what you're saying about giving another option for a potentially lower bid in about 3 years. My concern is that I don't know that in our lifetime we're gonna see anything come down.
Right, right. Yeah.
So, I mean,
No.
So if you can
Yeah.
lock it in now.
Yeah, I can be talked into,
I don't see diesel fuel going to 250 a gallon, though I'd love to see it go there, I just don't see that happening, so like as far as cost per mile, I don't see it, the cost of a truck coming down in the next 5 years.
no,
I don't see that happening, the cost of a loader, so I guess if someone he's made several investments into upping his fleet over the last few years, he has 2 loaders,
People are happy with their work they're doing.
yeah, four trucks plus a 1-ton, 4 6-wheelers.
I say we lock them in for 5 years.
Yeah.
I mean, if we had more negatives than not, I'd say, I feel like we can hold out for 3.
Right.
In hopes that in the 3rd year we'd get another bid or some other outfit coming in, but.
Yeah, it's a substantial investment to be geared up to do 50 miles of road plowing,
yeah.
trucks and sanders and loaders, so yeah, I'm good with that too.
Alright,
I make a motion, that we accept the bid by Jeremy Johnson for 5 years.
Second it?
Motions been made and seconded, all in favor? Alright. We have accepted Jeremy Johnson's bid. Okay, next up, adopt Buckfield Sumner Swap Shop Ad Hoc Committee bylaws. So as of now, there's no committee formed?
So Buckfield has, the next page is appointing the people. So basically, because it's the Buckfield Sumner, we need to appoint them even though Buckfield already has.
Okay.
And Buckfield's already adopted these, the bylaws.
So this ad hoc committee was formed, just for anyone listening, has been formed to explore rebuilding the actual swap shop and come up with designs and locations, etc. Since we had to shut it down.
Call for one word of clarity.
Sure.
It's not rebuilding the swap shop as in the existing one, it's rebuilding a swap shop.
Correct, yes. That's good, that's a very good point. So building a completely new structure that would be ADA compliant, fall within all of the, fire code, et cetera. It would have to be an actual legitimate building, built. Current codes where anyone can come that's safe, free of mold, all those things. There are, logistics have to be worked out. I was talking to Cam the other day at the withdrawal committee meeting, and that's not too far from the river, and I don't remember exactly where shoreline zoning falls and all of that. So there's like a whole lot of planning that needs to go into, things need to be looked into, where it can actually go. And that's all just to find out what can happen, and then funds are gonna have to be raised to actually pull this off, so. There has been couple of substantial donations, I think, probably shouldn't say a dollar figure, because I don't remember exactly, but there was a couple of substantial donations to, actually, go to the expense of rebuilding a brand new facility for the swap shop. So that's all. That's why this committee is being formed, to get that part of it. There would need to be, so on this committee, not only shall develop a proposal for the design, structure, and location of a new swap shop, but 2, the proposed operational guidelines, including acceptable items, staffing or volunteer models, safety oversight measures. So a huge, and none of this being a financial burden on the taxpayers of Buckfield and Sumner, would be number 3. So a lot of the issues that we've had with the swap shop is the swap shop volunteers, not the actual getting rid of the items or any of that stuff. What are acceptable, what are not. I mean, for the last 2 years that we've been on the committee, Joel and myself, and when Bill was on, it's just been a constant problem of volunteers. So this committee will also be putting guidelines and what's acceptable for staffing and volunteers, because ultimately it really, other than the fact that it's on town property, it has absolutely nothing to do with us, though we work diligently with the swap shop volunteers to try to get them guidelines and protocols so they could actually function as a well-oiled machine. That never actually took place in the 2 years that we were on the committee, or that we were dealing with volunteer issues. So hopefully they'll get that straightened out through this committee. But
Well, I motion that we accept the December 2nd, 2025 bylaws of the Buckfield Sumner Swap Shop Ad Hoc Committee.
Second that.
Alright, motion's been made and seconded, all in favor?